things throughout the day, but the hours didn't pass. You know what I mean? I'm like, how in the hell doesn't when I'm streaming, the hours pass so fast? And I'm here like sitting there thinking, what the hell? I don't feel like 7 hours are passing when I'm streaming. Because there's always things to do. There's always things to talk about. There's always things to create, challenges to face. It's just so fascinating. That's why when I'm not streaming, it really baffles with my mind, because it really stays on me. You know what I mean? Um, Given that my mind has started to think that I need this every day, this expressive sort of part of the day for me to function. When I do not have this, it allows for a very complex sort of day. Except the weekends when my mind knows that there's going to be entertainment there, so there is not much thinking. As in, there is mind chatter, but I'm putting myself in a fantasy environment. Therefore, I no longer become who I am now. I try to roleplay whoever I'm playing, or roleplay at the time. Um, on daily situations, I can't do that because I am in my studio. And imagine if I don't stream and I'm in my studio, I do not really have the desire to paint. There is no desire to paint if I'm not gonna be able to talk about or share it with people. And I've actually thought about that on Monday when I didn't have electricity. I could paint. The only thing that I could have done, let's say quote unquote, productive, was paint, but I wouldn't do it because painting, this journey that I created, the reason why it's going strong, in the sense of I didn't lose any sort of focus on it and I keep gaining more, because of this community and all of these people that I have on my side as I am moving forward. Because the idea of this is not really to be like, okay, I created a theme, right? It's amazing, clap and congratulate this skill or whatever. That's not the point. The point is to find commonalities among this theme, where I understand people and myself as I am painting them. So being in isolation, creating this has no effect in 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 fulfilling that desire. So it becomes this stale approach of just, oh, I just have to do something today to allow my mind to think I was productive. Never the case. It's rather fascinating. I don't know how to explain it quite specifically so you guys can understand. It's fundamental that I have the ability for my mind to be heard, even though my words may not mean a lot. You understand my post better? Yeah. The idea of that post was, as I was, when I started the idea of, okay, I have a studio now, I have to get more serious and all that, all that bullshit that we all say to ourselves. Um, I started with the pre-written sort of idea that if I want to grow in views and all that, I need to be consistent, because consistency wasn't a thing that I was aware of. Because even before that, I was doing an hour or two of streaming a day, and I was working on my commissions the other half of the day, as they were my main sort of income. So when I moved to the studio, I said to myself, I'm gonna give all the time that I need onto my personal experience, sorry, personal sort of work, which was this theme and painting and streaming. And I said, in order for this to work, I need to be heard. I need to actually be out there and not secluded to myself. So I decided to create this idea of finding a way on Instagram to start posting things that is not forceful to me. I hate the idea of forcefully putting things on Instagram just because it's a thing that everyone does. It doesn't mean anything to me. So the idea was that I would at least have, as I have thoughts every day, and I contemplate a lot of things about flow. I would open up a section of that on Instagram, like a small paragraph. Maybe it's the lines, maybe it's the color, what have I done so far, what was my thoughts, and all of that gave me a lot of boost in creating the posts, as it's a very, natural thing for me to do, and I just had occasionally a picture that resembles that. So coming to what we were saying with the posts, guy, is that given that that was happening for 55 days, I think, collectively, give or take, I for the last 2 weeks when I was creating this piece, I didn't have the desire nor the I not like I didn't want to express, but I just felt a little bit off about it. So I withhold myself from that idea of, you have to post things every day except weekends, obviously. Like, find the schedule that fits me. And yesterday I was thinking about it, and I wanted to express that. I wanted to express that the idea that I have set in the beginning of this versus the, what is it now, 7 months later, 8 months later, the whole concept of this changed. Like, the path may be the same, but I am not the same. So therefore, what I said in the beginning is no longer valid for me to continue doing. It doesn't mean that I'm gonna scrap the idea altogether, but I'm gonna find a new one that actually means something to me now, as the Fabio that I am, the version that I am now, basically. So that's the concept behind what I said yesterday. liked Instagram for it being so effortless. But maybe the app generally nudges on people to present the polished image of their life,